Hi, should I get a dog? Is it too soon after everything that's happened? Am I making a big decision too quickly? What kind of dog is good for a recently separated man? Will it help? Is it going to be good distraction? What kind of breed is a good breed? Should I get a different animal? Should I get any animal at all? Who knows? But I want a little furry companion, and it would be good for the kids too. So let's get into it. Hi, thanks for watching my videos, and thank you for your support. It means the world to me. You guys have been giving me so many amazing DMs and comments, and it's overwhelming and it's humbling, truly humbling. You know, like people say that, but they don't. I feel like that word has lost some of its meaning. Like I feel genuinely humbled by your stories, and I'm honoured that you want to tell me your story. I've had an outpouring of people's personal stories with depression since I was open and honest about what happened to me. It's every day, and it's amazing. And I read way more of the comments than you think I would. I really do. I've got a lot of time on my hands right now. But even so, I get so much from you hearing your stories, and it means so much to me that this is helping. Because I was, as you saw, a little while ago in my other video, I was getting worried that what was the point of that public embarrassing meltdown? But it is affecting you guys, so I'm so pleased. It's funny how life can take a terrible situation and bring something good out of it, isn't it? Like, very often when I look back through my life, it's been the things that at the moment felt the worst, that have been the biggest spiritual growth points and the biggest jumps in my life, have always happened in the hard times. And I look back and think, oh, that was necessary. Literally, when you look back over your life, there's definitely a through line, isn't there? Things are for a reason, I think. Things happen for a reason. I genuinely believe that. And if you want to see if that's true, just look back at your life going backwards, not forwards, because we don't know what's going to happen forwards, but backwards. My life makes a certain kind of sense. It's crazy. So yeah, a dog. I really want to get a dog. I had dogs for a long time. I had a Shetland sheepdog when I was a kid, and then I had a Yorkshire Terrier and Italian Greyhound. And my ex-wife took the Italian Greyhound, and I took the Yorkshire Terrier when we divorced. So Sid Vicious, the Yorkshire Terrier, came to live with me in Los Angeles, and Florence, the Italian Greyhound, went to the Mojave Desert. And they've both passed away now. Sid actually passed away so quickly. It was, and I'm going on to Oliver now, but same thing. Thank God it was quick, and in a sleep. Yeah. So Oliver, I don't know if some people reach out and say, "What happens? Where's Oliver?" I thought that we'd addressed this in a video, but perhaps we haven't. Oliver passed away in the middle of the night. We went to sleep, and when I woke up, he was just stiff as a board, just like Sid. But to be honest, Oliver was struggling in his life towards the end, because he couldn't breathe, and he kept having these strokes where he would just fall over. So then he couldn't go to the toilet because he couldn't stand up, and he couldn't walk, and then he would recover and he would get better. But every time it happened, he would get a little bit less quality of life. And he was always at the vet at the end. And it seems like a horrible thing to say, but I feel like it was a good thing that he was taken out of suffering, because I feel like in the last week, I felt his suffering. It was really hard to see. And I think God just took him. He was a special little guy. I mean, to get another dog you can't replace Oliver. Oliver was so special. He was such a sweet boy. Blind, one eye missing. The eye that remained didn't work. For those of you new subscribers and new followers, you should go back and look at Oliver. He was a trip, man. We rescued him. The rescue place didn't tell us he was blind. I think they were desperate to get rid of him. And then when we got him home, he was bumping into all the furniture, and we're like, wait, he can't see anything. But of course, by that time, we were in love with him and would never consider, we would never give a dog back. So we were stuck with the blind dog, and it was amazing. Amazing. Such an amazing lesson of patience. And he couldn't, if he needed to go outside, he couldn't go outside. He would just stand by the door and just, he would have to work out where the door was. He had an incredible memory. He'd map out the room in his head and be able to navigate from memory. It was incredible. And we had this open staircase that was all open. You know what I mean? It was open. It was an open staircase. And one morning, I came down to have breakfast. I turned around and Oliver bounced in front of my eyes like that, doing, and landed on the floor on all his legs. And I looked up. He'd been upstairs. I looked up, and through the staircase was our cat, Alan, just looking. So to this day, I don't know what happened, but that dog fell from the second floor, something to do with Alan, the cat, I don't know what, bounced off the chair, landed on his feet, completely fine, and started eating his breakfast. It was the funniest, most scariest thing that ever happened. It was so bizarre, and it took me about 2 minutes to work out I was like, what just happened? Why has a dog flown in front of my face? Why is a cat looking through the... Yeah. So I've come to the conclusion that I'd like a dog, and obviously he's got to get on well with Alfie and Poppy. Poppy loves everything. I mean, we went to see a dog yesterday, and Poppy's like... She loves all dogs. So really her opinion is not... I don't take it as seriously as Alfie's, because she loves everything, which is amazing. But Alfie, he's a harder crowd. So he seemed like he was a bit... The thing that worried me about this dog was it seemed scared of the kids. He was abandoned, and I liked him. It was a she, actually. I liked her. She's very sweet. German Shepherd. Well, no, they don't know. It's a German Shepherd cross. But my dog will have to be bigger than a coyote, so coyotes don't eat it. We had a dog that was taken by a coyote, Avocado. That was brutal. Oh my God, Avocado. One morning, she ran out into the bushes at like 7 a.m. She would run to go to the toilet. I went with her. We never left her out there by herself. And I just heard her like a snap sound. It was like a snap. And then this coyote just came out of the bushes with Avocado in his mouth. Trigger warning, dead. And I chased this coyote. We lived on the side of a hill. I chased it up the hill, and I chased as far as I could, and it was a really steep hill. It was just too fast, but I feel like she was gone because she was lit. Like, that's what they do. They get horrible, really. So it has to be bigger than a coyote. I'd like it to be house trained because I'm not that good at training dogs. I'm not very good I'm terrible at training dogs. All of my dogs have been wild little guys, and good with kids. So what breed fits all those bills? And if you're on Facebook, I need to see pictures of your dog. If you're on other platforms, I need you to suggest dog, not breeds, because I shouldn't say breeds, because it's going to be a rescue, because there's so many stray dogs in LA. They have to put a load of them down all the time. It's really sad. So I always rescue. I haven't had a dog that I haven't rescued, so it has to be a rescue dog. But what should I be looking out for? What kind of cross, like if I say to the lady, what is this crossed with? And she says a certain breed, which ones are the best for kids, Don't need easy to train, and don't need a huge amount of exercise, but a fair amount of exercise. What do you think? What is the best thing I should be looking for? I don't know. And I went to an AA meeting today, and the subject was the only way through something painful is through it. Human nature is to try and avoid it. And I realise I've been trying to avoid a lot of stuff that Dr. Amen has brought up with the trauma list. I don't want to talk, I don't want to face it, I know it's there and I don't want to deal with it. But my sponsor was at the meeting and he was like, you've got to go through it. It's going to be hard. And when you're done, it's not going to be over, but every time you go through it, it gets easier. Oh man, there's a lot to unpack. I'm scared. But we'll get there. We'll go through it. I'm glad you guys are with me on the journey, by the way. It makes it a lot easier. Yeah, that's been my day today. But I'm excited about a dog. There's a breeder. There's a rescuer that has all different dogs on a leash that he takes to the park every morning at 7 a.m. So we're going to go down there with Alfie and just hang out with the dogs and see which ones Alfie jives with. Thing is, Alfie likes small dogs, and then a small dog is going to get eaten, so can't get a small dog. Anyway, I love you guys. I really look forward to making these videos every day. It's such an amazing release for me, and thank you for helping me through this time. I love you guys. Let's speak tomorrow.